I think he's got difficulties, I think he has problems, but if he has the confidence of the president, I really think it's probably time to move on.
Does he have your confidence?
Well, I have some real questions about how it was managed and how the department is being managed, but I don't think it serves us well to just continue to harp on that. I think it's time for us to move on, and we've got a whole bunch of issues that we can look at and that we need to be looking at in this country.
But yeah, the White House is not functioning at top efficiency. I think most friends and defenders of this White House would say that. I think Gonzales will leave. I think he'll leave in days, if not weeks.
What's taken him so long?
Well, he wanted to have his chance to make his case. He made his case Thursday. He's got to be reflecting on it this weekend. I think the president does not want to fire him, but I think he'll leave.
The Attorney General's testimony was very, very damaging to his own credibility. It has been damaging to the administration because without answers as to what really happened, there's a lot of speculation. And the charges are being made that the Department of Justice was the political arm of the White House. Now, there's no proof of that, but there's no proof of anything else either. I think there's no doubt it is bad for the Department of Justice. It is harmful. There's been a very substantial decrease in morale. There's no doubt about that. The other 93 U.S. attorneys don't know who is up next. There is suspicion of improper motivation, no proof, but suspicion, and it's kindled every day.
There is a lot of talk that within the White House, most of the president's advisors are telling him that Gonzales should not stay, and the president is loyal to his friend. But loyalty doesn't have to be the most transcendent value, and just as Brownie shouldn't have stayed at FEMA, Attorney General Gonzales, despite the fact that he's the president's friend, shouldn't stay AG. I believe the testimony of Karl Rove is extremely important. When Attorney General Gonzales says he doesn't know what's going on, and his Chief of Staff, Kyle Sampson, says he doesn't know what's going on, or at least he didn't compile the list. The Deputy Attorney General the same, and so do all the lower-level people who we've interviewed in private. The arrow seems to point at the White House more and more. Someone had to come up with this scheme.
Never in the history of the Department of Justice has there been a case where there's been so much interference from the White House in our criminal justice system. That is what's wrong.
Hi, this is Josh Marshall from TPM Media. It's Monday, April 23rd, 2007. That was our Gonzales testimony Sunday show wrap-up. As you can see, there's not really a lot of punch now to the debate, since pretty much everybody on both sides of the partisan divide agrees that Alberto Gonzales really isn't fit to serve as Attorney General, but now it's just up to the President whether he decides that he should go. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to tell you a little bit more about Karl Rove and his campaign against quote-unquote voter fraud. Okay, we're back. Over the last few weeks, we've been telling you a lot about how the U.S. Attorney Purge scandal really comes back to the White House's campaign to suppress Democratic vote turnout using charges of vote fraud. Now, coming up tomorrow, we've got a speech that Karl Rove gave back in April of 2006, in which he lays out his claims about voter fraud and what regions around the country that he says it was going on. So here's a quick clip of what we have in store for you tomorrow.
We have, as you know, an enormous and growing problem with elections in certain parts of America today. We are, in some parts of the country, I'm afraid to say, beginning to look like we have elections like those run in countries where the guys in charge are, colonels in mirrored sunglasses. I mean, it's a real problem, and I appreciate that all that you're doing in those hot spots around the country to ensure that the the integrity of the ballot is protected, because it's important to our democracy.
So stay tuned tomorrow for more about Karl Rove and his claims of vote fraud. This is Josh Marshall from TPM Media, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.